I was raised in a family that enjoyed wine, yes, but my father was a Presbyterian minister, and so that's not quite the direct path to winemaking that you would think. We had wine for lunch, for dinner, and we also had wine that was poorly stored in the house, and sometimes bottles would self-open on hot days. I was first really introduced to wine and really knew that that was my calling when I was 9 years old. My parents took me to Paris for the first time, and I ordered a glass of milk in a very eminent bistro in Paris. And the waiter looked at me and he said, "Milk is for babies." And he brought me a glass of wine. And at that moment I thought, this is what's going to make me an adult. This is the beverage that will move me from being a child to an adult. And during that trip, we visited a lot of wine regions, and I saw people that were living their life outside, that had these wonderful chateaux that they were living in, that had dogs that were running in vineyards. And I thought, this is a great life. And I always kept that in my mind, that wine was the thing that would make me an adult. Still hasn't worked, but I'm trying to get there. Yeah, it was like the Annunciation or something, you know. It came out of the sky, and it hasn't left. The excitement is still there. It was made possible by the fact that I found out that you could go to university and study winemaking. And so immediately I went to do that and study winemaking at school. I did an undergraduate degree in enology. I did a graduate degree in viticulture at the Université de Bourgogne in France, and was on my way. Yes, yeah, I worked for almost 6 years in Saint-Emilion in Bordeaux, so working with Merlot, Cabernet Franc mainly on the right bank, and was much before I should have been made the winemaker at a illustrious chateau called Trollon-Mondeau. Often, yes, yeah, very often. And I'm happy that I didn't at this point.
Really?
Yeah.
Why's that?
After coming back here to Napa Valley, so much of what I loved about France appeared here. And so much of what I love about wine happens in the Napa Valley. And it's really, for me, my home. I love to go to France. I love the French language. I love all things French. But for me, wine, and especially great wine made from Bordeaux varietals, is really here in Napa Valley. I took a job with Beringer, working as what I called the International Winemaker of Mystery.